Now, the Democratic Alliance and Action SA are among some of the political parties that are expected to interact with would-be voters in Komani today. Newzroom Afrika Siphosethu Booi is following developments, and she joins us now live from that area. And this is not just about politics, Siphosethu. Hopefully, these engagements lead to people pitching up to cast their ballot and changing the material conditions of that area.
And Ayanda, making mention of the fact that it's not only, it shouldn't also be reviewed as a political drive to, canvass and ask people to vote for certain political parties, but it's really an issue of trying to find solutions to the current problems. I mean, these are residents who are still fighting for simple basic needs such as electricity as well as water. And like I mentioned in the previous crossing, that there are still over 200 people who have been displaced after those February floods who still need homes. So these are ongoing issues that community members need to engage these leaders that are expecting them to go and register the next weekend and hopefully put them into office come the 2024 elections. And I'm joined now by one of those leaders who is Komani, is a DA, councillor. Sir, it's a conversation that's ongoing, but some of those issues the Democratic Alliance is aware of. And speak to us about some of those challenges and concerns that residents have brought forward to the Democratic Alliance office.
Thank you so much. The name is Komani. Thank you. The biggest issues that we have here at Komani, one will be the electricity, and the nationwide problem will be definitely unemployment. With regards to the electricity, we've just understood now the ESCOM bill has been written off. But what concerns me the most is after it has been written off, do we have the capacity of maintaining that current account of ESCOM? I don't think the municipality has a capacity to do that because it's maintaining its own salaries with the ESCOM money that is supposed to be paid from the residents. That's one. And another concern of ours is with regards to the youth. The youth, we have a huge outcry of youth unemployment in Queenstown in particular, well, the whole of Komani and South Africa for that matter. Now, the governing party hasn't done anything to assist that. And we had unfortunate floods that happened in February, and there was a relief fund which was given, and we haven't had an account of what happened to that relief fund. We do see temporary shelters which were provided, but we never had the actual account of what happened to the cent of that relief fund.
Mr. Mandile, you're mentioning these problems, but what would the DA do in order to, find solutions for these problems? I mean, these are current problems that your office is aware of as well. And as a DA councillor in this area, speaking to young people, speaking to residents of this area to say they should go and register to vote, yet there are these problems that have not been attended to. And, some would even argue that they don't see a political party themselves that they should go and vote for. You're a DA councillor. What would be the plan of action to try and resolve these problems?
Thank you so much again. I think the most important thing is the political willingness. The governing party has not have a political willingness, and the biggest Achilles tendon of this municipality is maladministration. It's putting people into the right position. The cadre deployment is what's killing this municipality in particular, and South Africa for that matter. Now, with regards to registration, the voter education, the ruling parties became a voter empathy. People do not know what rights do they have if they vote. But the only time they can exercise that democratic right is, number one, start by registering. Number two, it is to vote for the political party of their choice. Now, our federal leader, John Steenhuisen, has done a wonderful job on having a multi-party freedom charter. That's why we're here. There are multi-parties which are involved on today, Action SA, UDM, the Independents, and etc., and many other more opposition parties that are involved to try to unite against, at least to save this country of ours and to save Komani at least.
Zukomandile, thank you very much for making time to speak to us today. Mr. Ken Clark, I must also bring you in. You're a business owner here, and of course, you've been here for many years. How has the issue of lack of service delivery being, rendered to residents affected your business in particular?
So look, I mean, the electrical issue is a major problem. And as you may or may not know, I've been actively trying to be involved in getting the municipality to be more functional And I think the real issue is to understand that this municipality has been declared as dysfunctional by the government. We are under Section 139(7), which is national intervention. And what this meeting is about today is to try and build a unity of purpose amongst people, to say, if you want change to happen, then identify yourself with people who are capable of making that change happen. And that's why the opposition parties are saying, let's band together, let's stand together and get to govern this town and put the right leadership in place. Because that's what dysfunction is about. It's about leadership. And change leadership, and this can be a successful town again. So the future is in the hands of the voter, the young people. The young people who haven't registered. Think about your future. You've got a lot more time on this earth than I have. What are you going to do about it? If you don't do anything about it, then don't complain. You know, so I think it's time to say, we have a plan. We're going to stand together. We're going to take arms with all opposition parties, and we are going to make this thing work, because we can. In the spirit that the Springbok showed how things can be done when we stand together, that's what we want to do here. And I think it's essential for us to reach out to one another, to say the time has come to make change happen and to do the right things right.
And also just the importance of, business owners partnering with community members, including political parties, the kind of message that should be sent across to other business owners, considering the fact that many young people here are unemployed. So specifically speaking to other business owners, what is the conversation amongst you guys, considering the state of the economy of Komani?
So look, I think the unfortunate reality is right now is that the economy is in survival mode. And that is not the kind of mode that we want to be in to employ more people. You have to get the economy getting into revival mode, where we can increase the size of businesses and attract new businesses to this area. Then we can look at increasing unemployment. But you're not going to get people here when you've got a dysfunctional municipality. And so the first job that we have is to get our municipality to be functional again. And we are the residents of this area. It is in our interests to reach out to everybody and say, come on, let's take hands, let's work together, let's make this place functional, let's make this place a town that we would be proud for our children to grow up in. And that's really what we need to do here. And it's looking forward instead of looking back, and it's looking to the future and about constructive plans rather than just finger pointing. And I think, we need to change the dynamic and the paradigm that we are living in, and making sure that we can eventually, bring happiness to people rather than misery.
Ken Clark, thank you very much for making time to speak to us, as well as Komani, who is also a DA councillor here. But Ayanda, the real conversation is then going to start around 12. That's when we'll get the opportunity to actually speak to some of the young people that are also here, community members, who will tell us exactly what their challenges are and how they wish that their challenges could be, attended to. I mean, this is a community that has a very good population and graph as far as the elderly people that also include young people. So if young people of this particular area of Komani are not given the skills that they need, and most importantly are not given employment or being given finances to start their own businesses, that would actually mean that these young people then would have to leave this particular province of the Eastern Cape and go look for work elsewhere, which then creates other unnecessary problems. So the issue of voter registration weekend is one of great importance, because many have echoed those sentiments that it's going to be a start to what could be a good change, more especially for the people of Komani here in the Eastern Cape. Ayanda.
Absolutely. Siphosethu, Booi, watching this incredibly important development for us in Komani in the Eastern Cape for now. Thanks very much indeed.